Today we're going to talk about the Gemtech Trek II suppressor. Is it worth the money, and more importantly, is it worth your time? The Gemtech Trek II is a stainless steel dedicated 5.56 can that is half by 28 direct thread. Now, I'm not going to talk about what comes in the box or anything like that because, let's be honest, you don't really care about that. What you care about is the can itself, and that's what comes in the box. So let's jump right into something you do care about, which is cost. So on Gemtech's website, this can goes for about $449. I regularly see it street at local gun stores between $299 and $375. This is already presenting excellent value proposition just from the price alone. There aren't a lot of other cans that are meant for rifles that are kind of in that price range. How about size? Well, the can is 5.7 inches long, designed to be actually pinned and welded to an 11.5 inch barrel so that you can get a full 16-inch gun and not have to play around with pesky Form 1s and getting an SBR. You pin and weld it to an 11.5 and you're done with it. Now, before you do that, I would recommend installing an adjustable gas block, and a good one that you have easy access to. What about the weight? So this is one area that stainless steel construction plagues this can. Gemtech actually says that it's about 16.2 ounces on their site. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. You're talking about adding a pound to the front of your gun. That's not insignificant regardless of what type of gun you're swinging this thing around on. Now, I'll tell you that I've competed a little bit with this particular rifle, and I honestly haven't noticed it that much, but these are short bursts of fire. These are like 30-second to like maybe 2-minute long stages in 2-gun action challenge, and I haven't really been able to notice it, but I'm sure if I was lugging it up the side of a mountain for 4, 5, 6, 10 hours a day, I'd probably notice. The one benefit of that stainless steel construction, however, is its durability. So this is actually full auto rated for a 10.5 inch barrel. Now, according to Gemtech, full auto is 4 to 8 brown bursts every 4 to 8 seconds. So it's not like sitting there mag dump after mag dump after mag dump. One thing that I personally like about the stainless steel construction is that pretty much no matter how fast I can yank that trigger, I don't really need to worry about running into this issue of, am I getting it too hot? Is it gonna blow up on me? I can basically run this thing as fast and as hard as I want and never have to worry about it. Gemtech also specifically says on their website, because of the high flame temperatures, there is no need whatsoever to clean the suppressor when used on firearms chambered for the 5.56 NATO cartridge. There is no need to disassemble the suppressor. That's a pretty bold claim. I'm gonna take their word for it, and maybe in a year or so I'll do an update on this can. But yeah, Gemtech specifically says, nope, you don't need to clean it. Now they do call out that that's only on a 5.56 gun. So if you put this on a 22 rimfire, for example, you might be SOL. And one of the most important metrics is the actual sound suppression. So how does it sound on an actual gun? So the sound suppression I would rate as good. I shot this with no ears, and again, this is on an 11.5 inch gun, and I was not in the slightest painful. Was it kind of loud? Sure, but it was loud in the way that an airplane flying overhead is loud. It's not painful, you just know it's loud. And it has kind of a bassy tone, which I think takes the edge off of the 5.56 round. You don't really get any of that supersonic crack, and if you do, it's way downrange, far away from your ear. Now, technically, Gemtech claims 136 decibels, and they call out that they tested that on a 16-inch Daniel Defense rifle. Take those numbers and that information as you will. I'm telling you that on this 11.5 inch gun, I would feel totally comfortable lighting off an entire mag of this outdoors with no problems. I prefer to wear hearing protection just because it's a good idea. Really, the sound tone and the volume are totally manageable. And finally, the half by 28 direct thread. Now, I actually think that this is a benefit in some ways. Let's say you want to outfit a lot of different guns with these suppressors because, well, they're inexpensive and it's pretty easy to do. They all run direct thread. The one advantage of direct thread is you actually get more can for the same amount of can, and that's because this first area here doesn't have to be occupied by the actual mounting host. So whatever Surefire Warden or Yankee Hill machine brake that you have isn't sitting in there occupying some of the space that would otherwise be occupied by baffles. Because the suppressor only interfaces with the threads, this whole suppressor really is just suppressor. So even though it's only 5.7 inches long, it sort of acts like a longer can because there's more baffles in the same amount of space that you might otherwise have in another K-style can. So that's pretty much it. I actually think that this is an excellent value proposition from a money perspective. But one of the questions I asked at the beginning is it worth the wait? And in my opinion, no can is worth the wait because the wait is completely unconstitutional. There is no reason that anybody should have to wait in order to get a firearm suppressor. That being said, I bought this in June of 2022 and I took possession in March of 2023. So far, I've been really happy with the results, but I'm planning to do a follow-up video and see how good this can really is, maybe do some more specific decibel ratings. This was just a quick overview of the Gemtech Trek II suppressor. See you next time.